this is MJ and today I'm going to be showing you how to work up our Modern Lines beanie. This pattern includes 6 sizes, our 3 to 6 month size, all the way up to a large adult size. Today I'll be working through our average adult size, which is a 22-inch head size. And this hat is designed in Sugarbush Yarn's Crisp. It's 100% merino. It's a really great quality with a lot of stretch and bounce to it. And I'll have kits available in my shop. We'll need 2 balls to make one of our hats. And I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. Okay, so before beginning your hat, it's really important to do a gauge swatch and make sure your gauge is in line with mine so that you get your correct sizing. So I'm just going to measure in 2 inches what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches. And then our rows. There's 1, and I know I have 4 here, so 5, 6. We have about 7 rows. So 8 stitches and 7 rows equal to 2 inches. So it's a good idea to do up a little swatch just to see if your gauge is in line with mine. Now, Sugarbush Crisp is a DK weight, number 3 yarn, but I would class it on the heavier side of a DK to a light worsted weight yarn. Working with our yellow color, which is good gold, and we're going to begin by making a magic circle. Put your hook through all of the loops, grab your first loop and pull it through and chain 2. Now work 11 double crochet in the ring. And now we'll want to pull our ring tight. So take your tail, start to pull it in. Only one loop will pull in and the other one's still popping out. So take your loop that started to pull, pull it, and it will pull that other loop in tight. Now just take your tail and pull, and slip stitch in the top of our first double crochet to join, and we'll chain 2. Now we'll work a half double crochet in the top of that first stitch, and then we'll work a front post double crochet around that same post. And then the next stitch, we put a half double crochet in the top of it and a front post double crochet. So we're increasing from 11 to 22 stitches. So at the top of every stitch we put a half double, and then we work around every post a front post double. So continue that all the way around. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch to join and chain 2, and we're not including that chain 2 as a stitch. Now we're going to do another increase, so we're going to work a half double in the top of the first, and our increase is going to be around the post. So we'll do 2 front post double crochets. So go right back down around the same post, and then in this stitch here just above that post we'll do a half double, and then we'll do 2 front post double crochets around the post. So now you can just keep repeating that all the way around a half double in the top, and then 2 front posts. So we've increased to 33 stitches, so we've increased 11 stitches in total. And now we're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet to join and chain 2. So now for this round we're increasing again. We'll work our half double crochet in the top of the first post, and then we'll go around the post, and now we're adding another half double crochet right here above this post, and then working a front post double crochet. So here in this stitch, the one right above that post, we'll do a half double, then we'll work a front post double, and then we're adding a half double in that stitch right there and working a front post. And we're just repeating this all the way around. So now we'll slip stitch in the top of our first half double crochet to join and chain 2. So we're continuing to increase, so we have 44 stitches now, and we're going to go up another 11 to 55. So we're working our half double crochet in that stitch right to the right of the post. Work a front post in the next. We're going to work a half double in that top of that stitch right to the right of the post. And now we're going to work 2 front post doubles around this stitch. The next one. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So 1, 2, half double 3, and then our 4th and 5th are going around that post, 2 front post doubles. And we're just repeating this all the way around. Okay, so I am slip stitching into the top of the first half double to join, chain 2, and this is going to be my final decrease round. So we're sort of working the same pattern. We're working our half double crochet in the top of that stitch, work a front post, here's our next 2 posts, so we're working a half double to the right of that post, working a front post double crochet, and then our increase here is our half double going in the stitch to the right of that post and a front post double in the next. And then we're just repeating that. So when we get to the 2 here, we're putting a half double, front post double, half double, front post double. And we're just repeating this all the way around. And we're going to finish off with 66 stitches. Okay, so you should be finishing up with 66 stitches, and we're going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet to join that up. So now we're going to mix things up a bit because we want our hat to sort of have a slight zigzag almost appearance. Okay, so right now we're sitting at about 4.5 inches. And we're going to change 2. Now instead of working a half double crochet. We're now going to begin with our front post and we'll end with a half double, and that's just going to change things up a little bit. So we'll yarn over, work front post double crochet in that post, and now this stitch right here to the left of our post we'll put our half double crochet. Work a front post around the next post, and then a half double in that stitch right to the left of our post. And we're just going to repeat this all the way around. And I'll meet you up at the end. Okay, so I'm just coming around to the end. This is my last front post. And we're putting the half double crochet right here in the top of the stitch. Now we're slip stitching to the top of our front post double crochet to join and chain 2. So now I want you to repeat that for 3 more rounds. So 4 in total are beginning with the front post double. So go ahead and work up 4 more rounds. We're staying at 66 stitches. There's no change in stitch count. We're working the front post and then the half double in that stitch right next to the left of the post. So I'm going to complete my extra 3 rounds now off camera, and I'll meet you back up when I'm done. Okay, so I've completed all my rounds, 4 rounds in total, where I've started with my front post double crochet. Now I'm going to chain 2, and for this round we're going to work front post doubles in every stitch around. So in the first, there's our half double, yarn over, go around the post, front post double, there's our half double there, and go around the post, and we're just repeating this all the way around. Okay, so I've worked my front posts all the way around. I'm going to slip stitch to join, and this is where things change up again. So we'll chain 2, and now we're beginning with our half double crochet again. So in that stitch that's right to the right of the post is where we place our half double, and then work. Okay, so I've worked all the way around, so we're skipping now that final stitch because we're ending, when we begin with our half doubles, then we end with the front post double, making sure that you have 66 stitches. So slip stitch in the top of the first half double to join, chain 2, and now we're going to repeat that round 3 more times. So I'm going to continue working those rounds off camera. So do 4 where we start with our half double, then do your transitional round, so front post doubles all the way around, switch up that you're doing the front post first, ending with a half double, so just repeating these 9 rows all over again. And then I'll meet you up to show you how to finish the hat off. So here, just looking at this one, you can see we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. One will go this way, one will go this way, and our transitional rows right here. So 3 in total and 4 sections there. Okay, so I'm just finishing up my final round in my 4th section. So I'm ending with my front post. I began this section of rounds with the half double. Slip stitch to join and chain 1, and now we're just going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch around for a total of 66 stitches. Okay, and once you get around, you're just going to slip stitch in that first, in the top of the first single crochet to join, chain 1, and now we're going to be working in the back loop only of every stitch around. So you want to push your hook right down through the center of the stitch, getting only the back loop, and then just make your single crochet. So going right down in this through the center of the stitch, going through that back loop only, and just work that all the way around. Okay, and I'm just finishing this round, and we'll slip stitch in our first single crochet to join and then fasten off. You can just weave this in. And just when you're weaving, weave to the inside of your hat. Go one way and then back in the opposite direction to secure that. Okay, so you can leave your hat exactly as is, or you can add a few things to it. So I have a faux fur pom-pom here. This is a Bernat pom-pom. I have some new pom-poms coming in on order that I'm going to offer in kits, but this is one I still have on hand. So it has strings to tie on. So to attach one of these pom-poms with the strings, I just like to separate the strings out to 2 sections, pull that through, the other one through. You want that it's removable for washing. So I'm just tying mine in a bow here. I have some gray poms coming, and I think this yellow with gray would look really great. Now also, you can customize your hats with a personalized garment tag. So this design is in my luxury brand, Century Box Designs. So I'm putting a Century Box label on this hat, and I'm just using some embroidery thread. So I'm just going to seam this to the side. It's really easy to put these tags on. I've actually ordered some new tags that will have little Chicago screws. So you'll just screw them on, which again is just a quicker, easier, even easier way. But this is pretty simple. We're just going through, because I'm using the embroidery thread, it's a bit thicker than regular thread. So you don't have to go through multiple times. Just push back up and then go through your hole. So I'm going only through each of the holes once. And then just push it back up, and then just knot your starting tail to your ending tail. So these tags are custom designed by Brick Bubble, and in the description box I'll have a link to her website if you're interested in getting your own custom designed tags. She can also use your current logo, or she could design one for you as well. She designed this logo for me. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated on new videos and tutorials. If you're interested in the PDF, the link will be in the description box, and it includes 6 sizes, starting with a 3 to 6 month size, all the way up to a large adult. And we also have kits in our shop that will include the PDF pattern. You'll get your 2 to 3 balls of Sugar Bush Yarns Crisp, a faux fur pom-pom, and we have several different color options available. And I'll include your yarn needle and a project bag to keep your hat in while you're working on it.